karibu Banda house, yeah. Karibu Banda. Nyumbani Banda.
Hello guys, hope you've had a very lovely week. My name is Sylvia Chalo and welcome to the Banda Show, a show by the leading property developer in East and Central Africa. Last week, we premiered our first episode and thank you so much for the feedback that you have given us online. Today, we have so much in line for you, progress reports on one of our projects, and insights on off-plan and its benefits. This is the Banda Show. During our previous episode, we featured one of our flagship projects, Oak Park Estate, and today we highlight another magnificent project by Banda Homes, Pinewood. I'll be joined by the director, Mr. Andrew Kamau. Mr. Andrew, how are you?
Fine, Sylvia, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Tell me about Pinewood, 100 units, 40 already occupied, 60 yet to be handed over in the coming weeks.
Thank you, Sylvia. The story of Pinewood Estate is as interesting as all our other projects. It is a story of being daring. When we came here some time back, it was just a piece of bare land, a lot of bush, but we saw an opportunity and we decided to build houses, especially after the successful construction of Oak Park Estate. We designed 100 units in total and divided them into two phases. Phase 1 with 40 units, already handed over, about 30 of them occupied. 60 units in the construction is ongoing, being handed over on this coming weekend, the 7th of August 2021. And we're moving on as we do the touch-ups and people still continue occupying.
Okay, so there was a bit of heat last year when it came to delivering Pinewood, and right now we can see we are handing over the 60 units which were left. Can you tell me more about it? Actually,
I think the whole issue and the negative media coverage that we experienced last year was a result of some misunderstanding. The problem was that, one, we had paid up and unpaid up clients all mixed up into this first court, but we had to take action and bring all the paid up members, one, to occupy the 40 units that were almost ready. The occupation started last year around September. Now we have almost everyone in. Then we took the other members, some who still had balances, to the other courts, which we are now finalizing. I'm sure maybe we'll be able to see them before we finish here. And right now I think we can stand here or sit here and say that Pinewood has been a success. It is by far the largest estate we have done and delivered so far. 100 units of 3-bedroom, all-en-suite units.
So you just mentioned about the paid up and unpaid up units. Could you tell us more about this?
One, I can tell you that off-plan is purely financed by member contributions, sometimes even to 100%. And it works in a simple way whereby you pay a deposit, like these ones we were asking for a deposit of about 1.5. And while you spread the balance in equal monthly installments, maybe over 12 months. However, you find that along the way, their clients were not able to, keep up with the payments. So what do you do? At that time, last year, it was a challenge. But at least now, once you have established communication channels with them, they're able to understand that even when they delay, sometimes when they delay, all you can do is push them to another section of the estate that allows them more time to pay. Again, you'll understand that off-plan has its own challenges, especially in this country. After so many issues have rocked the real estate industry, some clients, even after paying the deposit, are fearful of what might happen, and so they hold back their money. However, I think we have been able to come up with a solution for that by starting what we call the client regulated development, the CRD, whereby we now operate using escrow accounts, where once you pay the deposit to us, which one is used to pay for the cost of land and starting the project, the rest of the money, all of the other money, is paid into an escrow account that is managed by a committee that is selected by the members of that estate and us. And all clients pay money to that estate. We sit down and agree that this is what is going to be done within this time frame, and money is only released upon requisition for that milestone, and again released once members have been, that milestone has been satisfactorily achieved, and all members are happy. What this does is that, one, it ensures that you have quality, because no client will allow their money to be released if they're not satisfied by the quality of the house you have done. Number two, it ensures that client's money is safe at all times. And as I have previously said, the client in the CRD and the escrow account arrangement have zero chance of ever losing their money because they're holding their own money, right?
Okay, maybe to cut you short, do you think the escrow model has really helped gain a lot of faith by clients, and having them invest in off-plan, considering the bad reputation that off-plan has brought to the market?
Absolutely, absolutely. I can tell you that we have been able to develop more than 200 units over the last 6 months, just next year, that is Pinewood 2 and Olive Estate, using the same model. A resolve for Banda is that for any other project we are going to do in the future, we are going to go the escrow way. It is not just about building houses and asking people to pay and pushing people to pay. It is also about them trusting the process, feeling peaceful about the process, them trusting the process, and you as a developer making sure that you also keep your timelines. If you promise 12 months, because once again they pay, and because they pay, because they trust, that the escrow is safe, you are able to deliver those houses in the time that was agreed. We have had an instance where people have come together for a particular site and said, why don't you deliver faster? And now we have all the money paid into the escrow account, and we have agreed. We are actually now heading to deliver actually 3 months ahead of schedule this coming August.
That is interesting. So what's the way forward for Banda Homes, and why would you advise people to invest with Banda Homes?
One, being the biggest developer in the country right now with more than 100 houses in the pipeline, I think people are looking up to see what action we take. And therefore, whatever action we take must be deliberate. We must be very careful when thinking about it and when taking it out to the market. Banda is still going to build. We are still building. And I want to thank all clients who have been very patient with us, even as we have gone through all this and came up with all the escrow model. And we have also been patient again with all of them. Many of them, let me say, especially during these COVID times since last year, the incomes of very many people were hit. But luckily we have come up, we have always been listening and coming up with a solution, because the goal of Banda is to ensure that as many Kenyans as possible are able to own their own homes. Remember, we have about more than 7 million Kenyans who are renting houses.
True.
According to the latest statistics, we want to turn these people into home owners so that they can be able to divert the money they pay in rent to other things.
So from where you sit, how would you advise someone thinking maybe they should buy a land and build for themselves, or maybe go for off-plan? Which one is better?
For me, I would always advocate for buying a house off-plan, because one, like you can see in this gated estate, when you are in a house alone, you are not able to develop some of the infrastructure we have put up, like paving all these roads, right? We have a transformer here, right, that we have brought in. The security is more guaranteed. You can imagine buying your own house and you have to employ your own guard, which is too expensive. Now you can imagine 100, you have like less than 10 guards, and each of you is contributing. We have a borehole here to supplement water in case of any challenge. We don't have any challenges with water. But as populations grow and people move, sometimes resources become strained. If you build your own house, will you really be able to do your own borehole? Gated estates like the ones we do is about sometimes pooling resources together to make amenities more available and cheaper. With a trusted process like the CRD and the escrow account, I would ask anyone to buy a house in a gated estate. I'm sure you can see this place looks magnificent, right?
It really does. I'm really happy to be here. There you have it. Houses have been delivered, and from where I stand, I can attest to you that the houses are magnificent. If you want to be a homeowner, Banda Homes is here to make the process as seamless as possible. Up next is one of our clients. with her Banda Homes experience.
My name is Vicky Wambua. I have a house in Pinewood 2, Phase 1. Of course, we've experienced quite a number of challenges, late starting, then COVID, but so far so good. As you can see just behind me, we are very happy. It's been an awesome experience. In 2019, I wanted to buy a ready house. So I looked into the websites of property sellers in Nairobi, and then I saw Banda, and they had already a completed project called the Hawk Park. So the salesperson then called Jimmy took me. I saw the houses, I loved them. I loved the ambience. I loved the homely look. The environment was awesome. But then the house I had identified, the owner was not selling. So then the salesperson brought us here. It was a forest, then a bush. There were going to be houses, but then they would stand on 50 by 100. The Pinewood one stands on 40 by 80. I said no, I could wait for 15 months to have a house on 50 by 100. So I did my first installment of 1.5, and yes, it's been a journey. But right now I can smile. I can't keep calm, like I come here every day.
Now remember, you too can also be a homeowner before the end of this year. Banda Homes is here to bring you a great offer of only 3.99 million Kenya shillings that entails an all-in-suite 3-bedroom bungalow. So Mr. Andrew, kindly tell me about the handing over ceremony that will be taking place on the 7th of August.
Basically, we have done most of the work that we are supposed to do. We are done with basically all the kitchens. We are currently finalizing on the glazing, that is fixing the VO. We are also doing the interior painting. And finally, the road, which is currently ongoing, we are doing the paving.
I can see a lot of cabro works happening right now.
This is final because we have actually done all the parkings. We have done all the water reticulation, and we are finalizing on the tiles. So we are all set for the 7th. We are inviting people to come and see the beautiful work that Banda has been able to do, and
also
the
to
quality.
Congratulate the new homeowners who will be acquiring themselves a house come 7th.
We are handing over units that are ready for immediate occupation.
Wow.
You can actually see even some people who have installed underground water tanks.
Yeah,
They
I can see
already have water. So we are all set. All I can say is karibuni sana, 7th handover, 7th of August. 10 a.m. to around 3 p.m. Lots of nyama choma, Banda style. Tumalizie.
Tumalizie.
We can go to another project and handover.
That has been it. Remember, we always have an open day every other weekend, but if you do have time during the weekday, our property experts are always on site from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. This has been a beautiful show. Remember to stay tuned every other weekend, same place, same time. I have been your host, Sylvia Chalo. Karibu Banda Homes, nyumba kwa wote.
Nyumbani Banda.